Good evening, guys. I'm sorry. I'm laughing here. My wife's over there eating seaweed. Those little seaweed strips that are like chips. She's over there munching, dancing to the music. Oh man, that just made my night. Made my night. That was hilarious. All right, guys. Welcome to the call. And good to see everybody on here. We got Mr. Corey. Good to see you there. Akiko in Japan. Mr. Samuel Foster, fresh from the mall. Mr. Daryl Ranson, good to have you, sir. Who's this? Belina, Miss Marie. Nice to have you there. Latasha, Freddie, Mr. Freddie Sherman, Catherine Williams, Mr. Jabri. Thank you for getting us all set up, sir. Mr. Marvin Carter. And Miss Carolyn Baker. We got Ed Navarro. Harrison Mills, Miss Evelyn Phipps. Yes, Miss Evelyn, we are getting on the call tonight. Patron Thomas, Miss Natalie Parra, Miss Dee Dee, and the boss lady. Welcome, you guys. Welcome to the call. All right, guys. We're just going to keep it simple. You know, my line of work, coming from where I came from, I always got to throw some humor in there because it just, you know, it helps take away from all the pain and the suffering that's out there in the world right now. So we're going to enjoy some of that. And then on top of everything, too, we're going to get some training out of that. Sound fair, everybody? My disclaimer, this is my wife's slides. No, I'm just kidding. So now the first video I want to show you guys tonight is it's the bomb. So this is going to set it up. So understand that these guys here, there's going to be some language in there. They've got some of it bleeded out, but there's going to be some language. I'll warn you up front. But I want you guys to understand the concept of what they're doing. And I'm going to tell you, if your script was as good as theirs, we'd be having business partners and customers off the hook. Okay? So that being said, let me share my screen here. All right, can everybody see that? Okay. Oh, okay, guys. I'm telling you, if we had our call scripts down, we would have nothing to worry about. Nothing at all. Let me find everybody again here. So, like I say, can you imagine doing that? Hey, one ID seal. No, I want 5. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Love those guys. So, all right, guys, we're going to be talking about phase 1 tonight. And phase 1 sometimes is part of making those phone calls, huh? Getting hung up on. Who here's got hung up on before?
Not hung up.
Huh? Yeah. If you haven't been hung up on before, you ain't ready to be RD. You get hung up on, you'll be ready for RD. So, with that being said, guys, what is phase 1? Okay. So phase 1 is actively talking to someone you don't know or someone you do know. Okay. Here, hold on a sec, guys. We got someone that's, can you guys all check to see who's muted? Because I'm going. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. 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 Okay. So phase 1 is actively talking with people. Okay. People you know, people you don't know. So a lot of that takes part, and what we don't realize is some of that's thinking outside the box. Does everybody understand? And I know I'm going to ask this. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be smarty pants. Does everybody know what thinking outside the box stands for? Okay, that's being able to think outside the box is thinking outside the boundaries. And I think Mr. Thomas had it on here where you had three dots in 3 rows. And you had 5 or 6, you had to connect all the dots without raising your pencil or your pen from the paper. And people get going and trying, but to think outside the box means you go outside the square to be able to draw straight lines without removing your pencil. So that's thinking outside the box, is having the ability to not be in confined spaces, to not only say what you've heard before or no. It's going beyond that. What if What if I asked the question this way? What if I did this? That's thinking outside the box. So, and I bring that up because I want you guys to understand that. We're talking about phase one. It's not going to be perfect. And honestly, including myself, everybody in this call, some of you will admit it, and I'm going to admit it up front, is I don't always do it right. Does anybody else have that problem? Does anybody else not do phase one right? Anything else blow it? Hey, Mr. Sam Foster, just shake your head and go into the mall, talking to all those people. Did some of them just blow you off? Yeah. And did you think like, okay, I'm not going to say that again? See, that's being part of it. It's being in phase one. You're going to go out and you're going to get that. So don't, here, my point is with this is don't wait to know exactly how to do it to move forward. Does that make sense? Don't wait to know, like, how did you do this? Natasha, how did you do this? You know, Mr. Culver, how did you do this? It's going out and doing it regardless of what the outcome is going to be. Because if you don't do that, me telling you how to do it is not going to get, you're going to learn better. When you go out and you talk to somebody, you go like, holy crap, I blew that one. I'm dude. You come home and say, oh my God, babe, guess what I did? Guess what I said? Like, why did you say that? I don't know, but I won't do it again. See, that's a lesson learned. It's kind of like getting whooped. I'm going to do that again. It hurt, right? So phase one, actually talking to somebody. So this can be as simple, listen, this can be as simple as reaching out and contacting your existing contacts. People that already saw the business, people that might already be a customer, but finding out who do they know. But here's what's crazy. You got to ask for specifics, okay? Who do you know? Well, I know my uncle. He ain't been working 15 years. He sleeps on mom's couch still, doesn't have his own place, and just drinks beer all day. No, be specific. Mr. Marvin Carter, who do you know that's a real estate agent? Mr. Ed Navarro, who do you know that's got prior network marketing experience? Mr. Culver, who do you know that's already successful? Mr. Harrison Mills, who do you know that's a business owner? Okay, be specific. Be intent with your questions on people. And these are people you've already know. See, here's another thing you can tell them. Look, I know the timing wasn't right for you. Okay? I know the timing wasn't right for you. That's cool. But you realize this is a business, this is a referral business. Okay? But who do you know that might need help who is struggling in this economy? Keeping it simple. But see, guys, you got to know a few things because you're not always talking to the same people. Does that make sense? Okay? So who do you know that's struggling in this economy? And then I go on and put on, like, look, we're looking at, Rose and I are looking at, because they know my wife too, if they know me, they're look, Rose and I are looking at doubling the size of our business in 2021. And this could really help a lot of those people who are hurting. Simple. But here it is, guys. Write it out so you say the same things to the same type of people. Does that make sense? Okay? Because you're always going to know who fits in what categories, when and where. Okay? So, those people saw the business and the timing wasn't right for them, say the same thing. Look, this is a referral-based business. You know that. Who do you know that's struggling in this economy? And sit down. Just take a few, give me 2 names. It's a start. All right, boom. Okay. Now, with that being said, here's some different ideas on where to be in phase one. Because some people like Sam, Mr. Foster, he's got it down. He's going to the mall. Okay. Not everybody, like we're in California, the malls haven't been open the whole time. Okay. So with that being said, where else do you go? Where else can I be in phase one? Well, the grocery stores have still been open. Walmart's still been open. Okay, I went to Walmart, stood in front of Walmart because back when we were locked down, they weren't letting so many people in. You had to stand 6 feet apart. And you're just standing outside, right, next to people. So you start a conversation. We'll talk about starting a conversation. But you got people at the grocery store, at the gyms, and they're still open. when you're out running errands, the different places you go, there's people. The doctor's office, there's people. I'm at the doctor's office, and I just went the other day, in fact, Thursday, and I always bring a book. Does anybody else, when you're sitting there on your butt doing nothing, bring their own book to read? I highly recommend it, because someone asked me, excuse me, sir, what you reading there? She opened the contact door. Okay? And we started talking. So bring a book to read, always thinking, always developing, always doing something. So you got the doctors, you got the eye doctor, you got the dentist, all those places I'm always bringing a book, because people are always asking, what you reading there? What you reading there, Dave? Always. So that it opens, we're trying to open up Pandora's box, okay? So what I'm trying to get at is everywhere we go, we have the ability to be in phase one. Hey, there you go. Go pro, go pro. And mine's still in the truck. What I was reading the 10 Reasons Rich People Go Broke. Good book, boss. Good book. So there's all these reasons. So it's always, you always want to be fishing. So you're always, just think about it this way. We're always fishing. So, and here's how I do it. This is just I'm not sure how you guys do it. I haven't talked to you, but here's how I do it, right? Anybody I see in public, this is phase one. So anybody I see in public, I'm always looking at their eyes. Not everybody, most people aren't looking up and looking to see who's looking at them, right? Until they get close to you. So when people get close to me and they look up, what do? They look at you to see what you're doing. And I'm already in eye contact with them. So when they look up and look at my eyes, boom, they made eye contact with me. They're done. Hey, how you doing? Okay, how you doing? So how do we break the ice and continue to go into that conversation, right? So I think Mr. Culver last night talked about form. So we're going to cover that tonight, but forming someone is not always a way to start the conversation, but is definitely something to use in your new conversation. Okay, everybody understand form? Raise your hand if you don't understand form. I'll cover it real quick. Okay, sweet. So they've made eye contact with me. So now I'm going to start a conversation. So how do we do this? So I'm not going to form them immediately, because I want to form them sometime, and sometimes you got to be quick, because I want to find out what I might be able to use to close them. Okay? Hate their job, hate their spouse, hate their kids, whatever it is. Okay? Hate me, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use that. Okay? So let's break the ice and start this conversation with a complete stranger now. So this is something Mr. Thomas and Miss Natasha, you got to be around Miss Natasha. Okay? Just go have coffee with her and see her in action, because it's one of those things. It's a beautiful machine. Okay? Because as soon as she does, because this is what we learn. We're looking for pretty earrings, pretty hairdo, sharp looking shirt. Mr. Thomas talked about the shoes the other day on his call. He had some sharp shoes, maybe some slacks, patterns in the shirt. We're looking for any purse on a woman, anything. Law enforcement. Here's what something I do with law enforcement. With law enforcement, hold on a sec here. In law enforcement, I always, or military, excuse me, sir, thank you for your service. And that breaks the ice. They start going, Phil, thank you. Did you serve in the military? I go, no, sir, they wouldn't let me fly jets. So I fought fire instead. Oh no, well, no, thank you. You guys had a rough year this year. So then that starts the conversation. But how I start this conversation is I'll find something to compliment them on. So military and police and fire is easy. Hey, thanks, guys, for your service. Appreciate you. Okay? It's a compliment. Okay? What's your hat say, Sam? Dallas Cowboys. So, I'm gonna use you, okay, boss? I'm gonna use you. So I'm gonna say, woo, Dallas Cowboy fan. All right, man. You're loyal right there. That's loyalty. I'm telling you. So, and then boom, we started a conversation. How long you been a fan? Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Since birth. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, is the whole family Cowboy fans, or is it just you? You know, it's just questions to start asking. So what is it you do for work? Okay, okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. You have a family? Do they kind of support you and all that and do, oh, great, 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 great. So you're in a Dallas area. So what do you guys do down here for recreation? What are some of the fun things to do? So I'm forming him. And say, with that being said, I said, you know, hey, Sammy, it might not even be for you, but do you look at other ways of making money? Do you keep your options open? But see, it's the same thing every time. It's going to be the only thing that deals different is if I go from him to say, who else is on here? Miss Akiko. You know, oh, Miss Akiko, did you get your hair cut? You know, because I know. So I really like it. It looks good. So say she was at the dentist's office or something like that. So I'm not going to say, oh, Sam, I really like you. You get your hair cut? That looks good on you. So it's being cognizant of who you're talking to. So it's going to be the same, but a little bit different. So that's how does that make sense for you guys to understand how to break into a conversation? Because I know a lot of people are like, I didn't know what to say. And that was my point earlier. Who cares what it is you say? Just say something. So we used to have a guy on our team. So this guy, you want to talk about a hustler. He was in trouble when he was a youth. So he's got tattoos all over his neck, his hands, and he would dress up in a suit. So he calls Rose and I, and he says, hey guys, I'm going out and about for names and numbers a day. I'm getting 50 names and numbers before I come home tonight. 50 names and numbers. I'm like, dude, serious? He goes, yep, 50 names and numbers. All right, hey, I got my truck, because he didn't have a car. He had to walk. So he walked to the mall. So it's like, it's crazy. It's like 10 o'clock at night. He's walking home. He's like, I suck. I don't know if I should be in business. What happened, bud? What? I got 49 numbers. I didn't get 50. It's 10 o'clock and all the stores are closed. You got 49 numbers? Yeah, I didn't get 50. But here's how we had to start with him. He was so, hi, my name's Anthony. You look at other ways of making money? And people are like, whoa, hey, I know, I'm cool. So I had to tell him is learn to talk to people. So I gave him a task. He couldn't ask for a name and number all day, one day. And he had to go out and find out who people were. So I had to break the ice with him. I had to teach him to break the ice. After that, it was slaughterhouse for him with names and numbers. He was, how old was he, babe? 19? He's like 19, 20. But that's the possibilities with getting it right and saying the same thing all the time. Okay? Some people don't know what to say and won't say anything. He was overpowering. Hi, my name's and just walk up and shake your hand. My name's Anthony. You ever look at other ways of making money? Like, whoa, hey, he's not, I'm not having much luck, Chris. Well, what'd you say? And he tells me, I was like, all right, here's what we're going to do. But after that, he learned how to talk to people, how to connect. And he did an amazing job. He really did an amazing job. So know that. So forming them is a big part of it. That compliment is huge, opening door. Who here has ever told, if you ever saw an elderly women are, boom, right? And you should be doing this with everybody you stand around. Says, man, you are right. And I love when I tell this people that the elderly women is like, man, you are rocking that lipstick today. Oh, and it's just hilarious. It's hilarious. But I mean it from my heart because they do look good and they are trying to look good, right? I love your purse, man. I love that purse. How do you like it? I need to get my wife because I'm always, especially if they're single women. See, I'm cognizant of who I'm talking to. My wife has been looking for a purse, and I like that. Her birthday's coming up. Her birthday just passed. But that's not the point. I don't want her to think that I'm. People are always saying, "Oh, she hit on me. She asked for my name. He hit on me." I'm an old guy. My old white pervert over there. Stay away. Cops tackling me down. So I'm always, guys to guys, you know, me and Mr. Ransom, you know, Marvin, Corey, Sam, Dave, we can carry on a guy conversation. I don't have to worry about stepping on the line or crossing the line. So be cognizant of who you're talking to, okay? You get some girls in a little miniskirt. Dang, girl, that miniskirt look good on you. You might learn MMA real quick. Okay? So her boyfriend's ears look like this, run. Okay? So be cognizant. Compliment, compliment, compliment. And guys and girls, everyone to call, if you don't do that already, when you go out, promise me this next week, everywhere you'll go, everywhere you stand within at Starbucks or anything, look for something to compliment everybody on. Watch what it does to who you are naturally next time. I'm telling you. I bringing my daughter into this. Our waitress. I was in Arizona, Prescott. And the food there was amazing. So this lady is helping us and not being mean, but she looked like she was up all night tackling horses. Just rough. So I asked my daughter, I said, sweetie, what can you compliment the waitress on? And she was walking by. 10 minutes later, she's like, man, Dad, I don't know. She looks rough. I go, yeah, she does. She goes, what will you compliment her on? I said, watch. Next time she come over, I says, ma'am, I said, I want to tell you something. My wife and I do a lot of traveling with our business. And we see a lot of waiters and waitresses. But I'm going to tell you something. You have been the most amazing, on point. I haven't even been able to get a sip out of my cup of coffee and you topping it off. I have never seen anybody like you. I want to tell you how much I appreciate you. Oh my God, you should have seen the smile on her face for the rest of the time that we were there. Compliment. Compliment. I can't tell you how important that is. So now we've made contact with a person. We've broke the ice. Okay. Even if you guys got to practice on this with somebody, with a friend or something, right? Practice with that. So another business partner. That way, when you go out and you start doing it, it's a little more natural. Okay. So now we made contact with these people. So here's what I do. I don't have one. Do I have one up here? No, but I'm going to use it. So I always have business or peaking cards with me. Mostly they're kind of a peaking card, right? And I have them in my pocket. This isn't one. So just in case you're wondering, okay, so I got it in my pocket. So I always got it there because not everybody has got time to switch phone numbers. And Mr. Foster, you kind of see that in the mall. So this is what, when I'm going to grocery store or something and I'm talking to the person that's checking me out, that's especially see, there you go. There you go. So I have something that I can hand them. So look, you're sharp. I like how you do business. I love your personality. My Wi-Fi. Oh, okay. Thanks, man. So my wife and I are expanding business locally here. I don't know if you know anybody, but we're looking for some sharp people, some sharp business-minded people. Take my card, check us out. So I'm going to try and see if you guys can see this. Can you read that? You have been chosen. All the way down. So let me read it to you. So you have been chosen. What you decide to do with this information is now up to you. Then they go to our website, and it says on the bottom of this information will self-destruct in 30 seconds. Nothing about ACN.
Mr. King,
yes, sir.
Could you repeat that again a little slower so we can write it down, please, on what's on the card, please, sir? Say it at least 3 times. Thank you.
All right. So you can see it. It's how we got it. It says you have been chosen. So this is more of a personal, see? What you decide to do with this information is now up to you, and using capital. So it's kind of like this is 007 stuff right here. So I don't know if I should be telling you all this. If you wake up dead, I don't know what to say. Hey, just kidding. So you have been chosen. What you decide to do with this information is now up to you. All right. Then we got our website there in the bottom in silver. And then in the bottom in gold, It said, this information will self-destruct in 30 seconds. So look up, see, thinking outside the box. Most people got the business card, says Chris King, phone number, email, address, blah, 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 blah. So outside the box. See, look at Sam. Sam got some good ones right there. Sam got some good ones. So everybody got that? All right. So when you're in those situations, always have that business card in your pocket or that peeking card, right? And ready to hand somebody. Because look, these guys are helping us a lot because we do talk a lot to the people who are checking us out, right? That has opened the door for us, buying little knickknacks and stuff and things. So with that being said, have something ready to hand to them. And look, Mr. Thomas is freaking great at this. And this is where I learned it. Hey, look, I don't want to get you in trouble. Here's my card. Boom. And you see them, they're like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thanks. Check that out. It might not be for you, but check it out. Okay? So understand that. So have that card ready. And like I say, I don't want to get you in trouble. Here. Because sometimes give me your name and number, and the lines, and then the manager's going, just keep, just be smart about it. Be smart about it. So, and I was saying, and guys, so I always do this, and it's just something that I've always done. If it's a young lady, right? I always tell her, my wife and I, okay? My wife and I, or it could be my girlfriend and I, okay? So I always put it out there. So if we're talking about phone numbers or anything else, okay? And there's still been some girls that's like, no, a little reluctant, and some guys too, but that it's the way of this. It's the way of the world. So, do that handoff. So, because sometimes we only have that one chance. Keep this in your pocket everywhere you go, guys. Keep something in your pocket to hand to somebody because you never know. I've been places and didn't think I was going to meet anybody there. Start talking to somebody. I'm like, crap. Cards are in the truck. So I even go to the gym now. I'll put one in my pocket even when I'm at the gym. It doesn't look the same when I'm done with the gym, but it just in case. Okay. So, and then social apps. So social apps is the big thing nowadays because everyone's been on lockdown. Okay. So you start looking at social apps or social activities. So here's what I do, guys. So I'm going to highly recommend this to you. Okay. The group I was involved with was called BNI, Business Network International. Okay. Business Network International. That's they're a little expensive on their yearly costs. There are some cheaper ones, but they're a networking group. Got it? Networking group. So here's the key point. When you get into a good networking group, there is only one person representing the arena that they're in. So that means you don't have to, which real estate agent do I like better? No. So BNI. So there's one real estate agent, one loan, one life insurance, one car and home insurance, one ACN guy, right? One pest control. So you're not competing against anybody. Okay. So just Google networking groups, Mr. Foster in Dallas. Where everybody else is, Mr. Kiko, networking groups in Japan. Actually, it'd be in your city. Okay. So get it. Miss Natalie Parra in Las Vegas. So get involved with those groups. So here's what happens. Every week, you have a little roughly 60-second spiel you talk about, so you focus on. So I've been focusing on IDSEAL lately and start telling them stories about IDSEAL. So we get service from each other, and we get service from outside. So I got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 5 or 6 IDSEALs from my group. And I'm not done yet. Okay. And here's what's great. You're sitting in a group. It's like, hey, I just got ID Seal, because I'm talking and say, hey, I just got ID Seal from Chris. That really showed me some stuff where I was vulnerable. Now it's all, I'm like, thanks, bud. I'll pay you later. So those business networking groups, if you're not in one, get in one. It'll get you customers, but you got to be a customer. So I will switch my car insurance to the car insurance guy who's in my group, because we're trading services back and forth. We had one guy, and he wanted to get, Rose wanted to get life insurance for our grandbabies. And we got 2 grandbabies that she was getting life insurance for, right? One life insurance, so one ID Seal, and I got another baby I need to get now that's alive that I need to get life insurance for. And, but I need another ID Seal. So we got him and his wife. See? So it's like but it teaches everybody in your groups how to do business with each other. Okay. So get you in yourself in a business networking group. And I want to hear about it, guys. All right. I really, really do. All right. So remember that business networking in your area. Okay. So now let me do this. Let me share my screen one more time. Okay. Everybody see that, Corey? Okay, okay. Yeah, you were the only one up, bud, so I had to ask you. So, okay. Now, here's some more apps that you can get, right, to meet people, okay? Now, don't get this. There's a dating site called Bumble, but this is Bumble BFF, okay? Get it? It's a different one, okay? Same concept, but this is just platonic. And you photos, some bios. You can kind of, this is about meeting people, okay? Finding out about people and being there with the ability to help them, okay? Here's another one, Friender, all right? And it's another app where you can meet people with same interests. So you get all that commonality. So you get a lot of people who are like the similar things as you, okay? So Friender, there's going to be 10 of them. Look, download here. Boom, that easy. Download here. Boom. Hey, Vina. Now, guys, this is a girlfriend app, okay? This is not for guys. It's a girlfriend app. So you can meet other women on here who have the same likes and stuff. And it's like, look, hey, let's meet up for coffee, wine, both. Okay. Hey, Vina, this is stuff you can check out. I don't know what countries it's in, but it's something to check out. And look, download here. That's simple to add. Here's Peanut. I'm not going to get on Instagram to show you this, but it's called Peanut. This is for moms to meet other moms. Okay? So same. Just download. And here's another one for runners. This is like marathoners or tennis opponents. So I don't know, who's the runners out there? Sam, you a runner? So here's running. Another app to meet people. If you want to start running, it's be a good place to get started. Here's Meetup. Specific interests again, like knitting, at a bar, being part of a writing group. So it's getting out there and doing something. This is thinking outside the box, guys. Here's what's crazy. In all honesty, if I was going to be able to get customers, I'd take my butt down there and go learn to knit. I'm just being honest. Meetup. All right, here's Real You. Okay? And enhances interactions with real people, not to discourage them. See? Tells you where they are and how to meet up. And that was Real You. Okay. Here's another one, number 8. Nearify. Okay. It shows you all the big events nearby. So what happens at big events? People show up. You get to meet people. Now you know, that's like, hey, I'll ask Corey. You shake your head, Corey. Do you ever go to those big Fresno Eats where they got all the little taco truck cars, and they're not all taco trucks, but you ever go to that? Yeah, see, a number of people down there. They're not taco trucks. And this is where you go and have conversation. So I go down here. They have them all down here at the end of. What's that?
They call it Bitwise and also Fresno Vibe. They host those meetings and venues all the time. Yep,
and go. I just met a guy down here that has makes cinnamon rolls. I got one for Rose. Said, hey, here's the thing. Talking to the guy, I got the chance to open up for credit card swiping. If I didn't go talk to these guys, I wouldn't have that chance. So here, Nearify tells you where all the big events are. You're going to have to go to the events, guys. Go to the events. Download the app. Boom. Here's Scout, right? Been around since 2007. It's just connect with people wherever you go. Just another app to try out. I mean, if you guys download the app, you don't like it, get out. All you got to do is quit the app. No big deal. And here's Nextdoor. I'm on Nextdoor. So what the Nextdoor app does, the Nextdoor app tells you about stuff that's happening in your neighborhood. And you can it's like a square block. Like you live here and you can only see these people here, right? So here's what I do. Have my car broke into. My truck. So what do? I get on there immediately and says, hey, we had issues over at my house. We put up a camera outside. It eliminated everything because my camera beeps and notifies me when someone's out there, regardless of where I am. Really? Where'd you get that? How do I get that? And actually, because we liked it so well, my wife and I actually are distributors of it. Sit down and have coffee or do a Zoom or whatever. But Nextdoor app's going to open up your ability around you. Like Mr. Thomas, he would be around him in his neighborhood. You find out everything on those apps, especially. And I only care about a lost dog and this and that. I don't care about that stuff. I care about it. My car was broke into. My house was broke into. Someone stole a package off my porch. Boom. I don't know these people, but now I have the ability to reach out to them on text. It's like social media. We can talk to people. See, social media is cool because you can talk to people, right? On your phone, and you can think about what you want to say. You don't just bark it out. Okay? Something about being live. If you say something wrong live, it's kind of hard to retract. On here, you can wait and think about it, rethink, and then send it, and you're good. Okay, but Nextdoor app, something you can seriously look into. Okay, and we got any dog lovers? Here it is. Meet my dog. If you guys got dogs, you take them out and you walk. Here it is. Evelyn, you're on here. I know you got like 3 dogs. Here it is. Okay, so those are just apps, and this was just on cosmopolitan.com. But you can Google this stuff. Google the apps. It's going to take you a few minutes to look through some of this stuff because not everything's going to fit what you want. But it's going to open your doors. But it's going to put you and keep you in phase 1. Is that crazy? Who thought about these apps? It's just like, all right, let me see here. All right, so let's see here. We've got some questions. No question. So it's about 40 minutes of being in phase 1, guys. So remember, phase 1 is being in action, not seeing the people, but going and talking to the people. If it's rough for you to talk to people, we got what? We got those websites, right? We got apps. We can meet people who are like us. But break the ice. Remember eye contact. You look in my eyes, you walk by me at the mall, and you look in my eyes, we having a conversation. I'm saying hello. I saw Dave with that hat on. Hey, Dave. Hey, boss, I like your hat. You a Tiger Woods fan? Huh? See? So it's just talking to people. All right? You guys we got some, make sure we got any. Oh, Miss Phipps. Yep, Target, Costco, Sam's Club. Exactly. So there it is, guys. So now you got it. Now what? Mr. Foster at the mall tomorrow, he's going to be looking at everybody's in the eyes. You make eye contact with me, we're having a conversation.
Hey, Mr. King.
Yes, sir.
Just a FYI and the observational comment. What you were saying earlier about the compliments, I put that in the chat because that's usually how I do it when I'm walking around the mall. I pick something out on that person to compliment them on, male or female, because that's going to break the ice no matter what. And everything that you do past that, after you break the ice, they're going to be receptive to you because they enjoy the compliment. It doesn't matter who it is. If it's a young guy, I make sure I compliment on his shoes because they love sneakers, or a jacket that they're wearing. Trust me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's right. He ain't kidding. He ain't kidding. I tell you, they didn't put if you guys remember the mall, remember the little shoe shine for the tennis shoes they put in the mall? That's a big thing for the kids. So, guys, that's as simple as it is. Get out there, be in phase one, and let's talk about that stuff. Look, I'm here to support you guys. Mr. Thomas here to support you guys. Natasha, Marvin, all the leaders, Evelyn, Miss Luann, my wife. We all here you don't even have to be RD, but we got to talk about these stories because it might not be my story. Mr. Foster tells me a story. Mr. Culver, or Mr. Navarro tells me a story. I can use that story about somebody else. It might not be my story, but I can say, I've got a friend of mine. So we need to talk about this, get with each other, expand, support each other, guys. If we family, this is arm in arm. We're locking up. So if there's anything I can do to help you guys have access to me. And just let me know. Let me know how things are going. Let me know how you failed. Let me know how you succeeded. Both ways. We can laugh at both of them. Because I really screwed some stuff up. Just saying. So anyway, tomorrow, guys, at 9 a.m., it's going to be learning more about how to do your business. So get on tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Let's do this, guys. Remember, phase one this week. That's what pays us. We're either getting customers or business partners. Nothing else pays me. I don't even get paid to do chores around here. So that's how bad it is at my house. So you guys, God bless. We'll see you soon. You guys have a blessed Sunday night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.